sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
What?
And
when, if you want.
Well, when, my mom will tell you it's a fun story because I asked when I was 7 years old. We were walking to the gas station. I didn't really get it then. I don't think I actually understood it till high school. But I feel like really sex ed is what taught me about sex.
They didn't. I had to figure out everything by myself.
To abstain from it until marriage.
My parents did not talk to me very much about sex. I do remember my mom one time telling me, using the word boner, and I had to ask her what that was. And so we didn't have a lot of conversations about it. It was one of the things that were kind of taboo.
I'm in love with the coco.
Nothing. That they were bad, not to do drugs. I learned a lot about drugs from my older siblings. They like drugs.
Don't do them, like, at all. But then again, same scenario, I didn't have time for any of that stuff. So.
And my mom told me drugs are bad. And you go to jail for drugs. And not to be afraid of the police at jail, but to be afraid of her if you do drugs.
To not do them?
Did they elaborate at all?
Not much. I think they just said that there was some concern that you wouldn't make good decisions if you used them.
It makes me feel like
Everything, you know. I think in this day and age, like, kids, teenagers are gonna have sex no matter what, and I think safe sex is really one of the most important things that you can teach somebody, like how you can contract STDs and sometimes how you take like all the precautions that you need and things still fail. So I think owning up to that and being an adult about that. About drugs, don't watch Dr. Phil. I think drugs are just kind of scary. It's kind of a weird topic. Like, how do you talk to your kids about drugs? Like, don't do drugs. Go through the DARE program, you know? And then you still see them doing drugs. I mean, I don't know. I guess, like, for me, like, in high school, I was involved in a lot of, like, drug education programs because, like I said, I saw my siblings kind of go through that. So I wanted to teach other people about the safety of staying away from drugs and what that really means. So for me, I plan to be transparent and honest, and drugs are real, you know. So that's the biggest thing for me is I don't want to lie because a lot of parents lie. So
drugs aren't good unless, you know, they're for a medical reason, and that's the only thing you should do, or that's the only reason why you should take them. And with sex, you should love the person, and I do think you should be married. But I know kids nowadays, you know, usually don't wait because, you know, it just doesn't happen anymore. Definitely you should love each other, and it should be safe. So, you know, use contraceptive, you know, all that good stuff.
Combined, or I usually will. I've been talking to my kids a lot about. You know, I started off talking about their body parts, labeling them correctly, and then also to when they have questions, I'll answer their questions. Talk to them about what they need to know that's developmentally appropriate, and then just continue to have those conversations. I think with both sex and drugs.
Okay, so we're going to talk about age-appropriate sexual conversations. 0 to 3, you're going to mention anatomical parts such as penis and vagina. You're also going to introduce the idea that their body is their body and nobody should be touching their body if they don't want them to. 3 to 5, talk about sexual activity is okay and it's okay to do it in private. Let them know that it's okay to touch themselves. 5 to 8, start talking anatomy. Bring out the penises, bring out the vagina diagrams, and break down those sexual organs. 8 to 12, talk about the risk of having sex. You're talking about sexual transmitted infections, and even things like sexual abuse. Bring out those condom ideas, and they're going to be a little weirded out, but that conversation needs to start there. 13 to 18, you want to talk about lust versus love, and then also communication with their partner when they do decide to have sex, and let them know that it's also okay not to be having sex. 18 plus, you want them to want and need you. So offer the condoms, offer the birth control, and share your experiences. Make them comfortable with talking to you.
What research tells us is best to tell your kids about drugs is that honesty is the best policy. It's important to teach them the facts, the symptoms of drugs, what happens to their body if they do drugs, the outcomes socially of doing drugs. It's important to keep an open conversation and tell them it's okay to ask questions. Tell them your experiences and how you feel about drugs. And most importantly, it's important to remember that healthy kids don't do drugs. They should stay active and keep themselves busy so they don't do those things.
Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about sex. All right. Let's talk about sex. A little bit.